Oh, this camera is large. Yeah. Hmm? Yeah. Waiting game now. Yes, I'm on, I'm live. Waiting game. Who is there? I can see someone. Oh, someone is off. Hello. It's my first time ever live on YouTube streaming. I'm here waiting on a few people to come in, and I will start my presentation. It's a Q&A live, so whoever comes in, you're welcome. I can see one person in. You're welcome to introduce yourself. It's the first time I'm using this, so if you can hear me, please maybe do a thumbs up. Can you do a thumbs up? All right, I can see some love bubbles coming up, some love signs. Yeah, thank you. What's your name? 2 people online now. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome to introduce yourself. As you're aware, my name is Martin Aliga. I'm an independent senatorial candidate. We have 3 people live, on the line. You're welcome, third person, you're welcome. I don't know how to check your name. We have the 4th person joining. Yeah, I'll need somebody to guide me. My friend Andy. Andy is going to be helping me. All right. Andrews informed me he can see me, and he sent me a picture. It's a very clear picture. I can see. Hello, 7788. Welcome online. Thanks for coming on my channel. I will be soon starting, but anybody is welcome to ask any question, and I will respond to your questions. As a senatorial candidate here in Jersey, I want to step up my game as we come to the end of the hustings. So I believe that I can now create time to interact with islanders directly online. And if I can find a venue on Saturday, I want to do I don't know how to call this, like something like a firing squad setting where people fire me their questions live and I'll answer whatever I can answer. So Saturday, if I can find a venue, I'll be somewhere doing this. Help me invite your network, your contacts. I forward my links on Facebook, and so that let people know and come to our line. I am available for the next 90 minutes. Of course, a few minutes have gone down, but I'm going to be available for 90 minutes. The next live stream will be on Thursday. And then Friday, yes. So the attendance is quite low. I'm having people come and go. So you're welcome to the live chats here at YouTube on Martin Aliga's platform, streaming live. It's like a waiting game. Oh, thanks for the question. 7788. I think the contest has been a fair game, yes, except very stressful because of the limited time that the organizers could provide. 17 candidates sharing 2 hours, which comes down to about 7 minutes per member, and the waiting. I mean, yeah, that's why I've decided I want to try and come and meet people online, so that I can maybe interact more, direct, and basically encourage people to appreciate who I am, because the hustings were not that helpful in a way. One George or George 100, George 1100. You just retracted your message. I had not read it. Questions are welcome. I am here for questions. For 90 minutes, I'm going to be here, and I'm going to be doing this for 3 episodes. Today is the first, and the second is going to be on Thursday, and the third one is going to be on Friday. So Whoever comes online, you're welcome to ask any question. I am here to respond to anything that you might have wanted to ask me individually, because at the Hastings, there was a question for everybody. Here, I'm putting myself to the island to answer you directly. Ooh, my predictions. That is a hard one. I actually wanted to do that. I wanted to do a prediction list, and I think my top person on the list is I have admired how Serena. Serena, is that how you pronounce her name? Serena or Serena? She's really she's a good communicator, and so I would put her top on my list. And then I really liked um, I liked Mark. Mark is good. He kind of gives this vibe of authority. I don't know how that will work for him, but yeah. Um, Tom is great. I think Tom should go back. Tom has been a, a, a very. I like how sometimes he comes straightforward and says some things that I think many politicians do not want to speak straight, and I could feel his emotions in some ways of answering questions, and he could come out raw. That's one person to appreciate for how much passion he has for the job. So Tom comes uh, third on my list. Um, I don't actually have a full 9 list. Of course, I would not give all 9 lists because one of that place position is me. I can't leave myself out of the 9. The only difference is that I do not know where I fall. Okay. So I'll only give 8 places. Out of the 17, I'll only give 8 places and a vote for myself. So I also have 8 votes to give out. Yeah. So that is how I respond, but I won't give you all the 8 because I think the names I have mentioned are enough for now. Thank you. So George is saying George, I have just answered that. I mentioned 3. I mentioned Tom, Serena, and Mark. Those are the 3 that I will stick with for now. I will not, and of course myself. The other 5 it remains close to my heart because I don't know how I'm going to. I really don't know how I'm going to make that. Uh, Out there mentioning names of my favorite 8. I don't know what that can do, but I can say them. I will mention my favorite 3, which I have just done. So the rest can remain. Maybe I can add on Lyndon because if Lyndon was successful and I am successful, I would prefer that he carries on with the government. Yes. So, although on 2 occasions we have been asked this question, who would be whom would we select for, whom would we choose as a senator in case we were successful, and rather as a chief minister, and it's come out that a number of these candidates have not been actually honest, in my opinion, especially those who have been in the office, and they have not actually said Lyndon for I don't know what reason, yet he served for 2 years, and the most common sentence that seems to be coming out of these members is something to do with they are not that sure whether they will be elected, and they will make the decision when they are elected. That's fair. But the unfair remarks from some of the members is that they have not worked, they have not spent enough time with each other. Now, anybody who has been in the previous government and has worked with Lyndon, that was for me a dishonest answer. And I actually challenged the members today at the I challenged the members today at the youth meeting, at the youth hustings at St. James. Because I think when members cannot even express their chosen individuals for a chief minister, I think it's a kind of level of dishonesty. Surely we should have some people we can mention names for what we like about them. Because that's how we build rapport. That's how we build honesty. That's how we build transparency. That's how we build relationship. But when you you can't name somebody, like now, I was just asked a question to predict, and I did my attempt. At least I made 4 attempts to mention 4, including myself makes 5. But the other 4, that stays down close to my heart. And I've told you as well that I'll be going for Lyndon for purposes of continuity. Is there any of the 17 I couldn't work with? Now that is a question I wouldn't say, because I have never worked with them. Really, I've never worked with any of them. It's always good to have faith in people, and that's my character. I have faith in all the 17, all the 16 members that are contesting, are standing, and I believe that these members are good enough for the jobs as long as they are given the task. Each one of us is looking for this job, the 9 seats, and so it's down to the candidates. Sorry, it's down to the voters in Jersey to choose. Yes. Mary, can you send that link to all the pumpkin groups? Who is your ideal? Who is your political idol? Who is my political idol? Wow. I ooh, that's a question I've never thought about. Who is my political idol? Maybe I have none. I would not take. I would take. I would take some few leaders, not as idols, but people that I think politicians or leaders in the community that have 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 been quite instrumental in changing circumstances during that time. But as I think deep, I think of Nelson Mandela, for example, is a has a very Nelson Mandela speaks volumes for me because he went through tough times and he spoke his mind. He spoke his mind, um and he suffered for his principles, and to the end is one political leader of our lifetime that achieved, I think, immensely of what he stood for. And he went to his grave, I think, quite comfortable. And I would love to be that kind of leader that, whether it's really hard or difficult, I stand for my principles and defend humanity. Because there's nothing that beats consistency in life. Yes. George, what do you mean? Do you think I will what? Can you please complete your sentence? Um, even you're welcome. Thanks for your question. Oh, thanks for your promise, rather, to vote for me. I appreciate that. May the Lord bless you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. My purpose for the YouTube interactions, live streaming, is to have an interaction with islanders, with Jersey people. You notice how I have been releasing videos and sharing my opinions, ideas, expressing myself to the island. And I want people to know me for who I am and for what I stand for, so that when you elect me, you do not question why I am behaving a certain way, because what I present you now is going to be what I'll present myself in the States Assembly. How I speak right now is how I will speak in the States Assembly. All the things that makes me should be able to be seen before I am elected. And just in case some of it is not seen, I have to explain. So thank you for coming. Those are not DVDs, by the way. Those are video games. and I don't play video games. These are for my children. They love, they grow in. You see, I grew up from Uganda, so I didn't have this luxury of video games. So, and that's nothing compared to some homes I've gone to. Those are DVDs for video games. By the way, 7788. Please send me a WhatsApp message on 07829 I need to know your name. You're keeping me alive here. You're keeping me going. If you're watching my environment as well, I've thought I'm trying to limit myself to yeah. So, but I'm glad you can pick something from my background. I hope I'm not boring you though. If you have no more questions for me. uh, can we share your network? Let people come online. Invite people to come online. The highest number we have so far had is 6, and I think there are 2 people that have remained online since, and that is 7788. I wish to know your name, although you do. I guess you do not want me to. You do not want people to know your name, maybe, but 77. Please send me a WhatsApp message on my mobile. I'll not mention your name. My mobile is 07829 789 022. So George is asking, would you support adopting elements of Estonia's Singapore's digital models to help diversify Jazz's economy and reduce reliance on finance services? If so, what will be your priorities? I would need to know more about the digital models in Estonia and Singapore in order to share with you what my priorities will be. But one thing that I can say is I have a what I would call a vague understanding or a growing understanding about cryptocurrency. Okay, so Jersey needs to embrace cryptocurrency. I met somebody or over the week along St. Juan's Beach, and this man has been in Jersey since 2017. We got on talking as I was conversing for votes, and he was with his wife. We instantly became friends, kind of like we exchanged contact, and he put me on his LinkedIn, and I accepted. He's very, very passionate about crypto, and he's even offered to teach me more about cryptocurrency and how cryptocurrency works. So that's one area that I think if Jersey is going digital as they claim, because we have had digital Jersey, I think maybe close to 10 years now. But how much has that benefited us? And I think we need to fast track performance of digital Jersey and see how that can help us diversify our economy. So that would be one area I would look into. And then I think I would love to look at how we can actually, Jersey can actually be a home of innovation. How can Jersey be a home of innovation? How can we invite, like, have a kind of the island could be a creative home for creative people that make things, new things that are that have got some value in a near future. You know, Jersey. So since, for instance, Jersey has got this business of homing the rich guys, we need to start thinking maybe around how can we attract creative minds, that people that are innovative and they are living like in Silicon Valley, you know. How can we turn Jersey into a kind of Silicon Valley where people, creative minds come and live here? We have so many young people in Jersey. I've been meeting them since I put myself forward with very brilliant ideas, and yet the money is also here. It's just a matter of finding those creative minds, investing in those minds, and turning those ideas into something that would bring financial sustainability. Those are the two things I can talk about. I don't know whether it falls under your, or it falls under it answers your question, George. So which 77 is asking me, you're asking me which ministerial departments would I want to serve in? I wouldn't want to rush into going ministerial. I would want to get involved in departments. I would not want to rush to oversee a ministry, but just in case people or elected members thought that there was no better person than me, which is something that I really do not want to really put myself at. I would go for the children, young people, SIPES, you know, the children, young people education department. You know, I would want to move. I would want to manage or take care of the Ministry of Children, Young People, and Education. I don't know whether there is one ministry even for children, only children, or is it children and education, children and young people education? I need anything to do with family, children, young people, and education. I would put myself in that direction. Yeah. So that's the best way I can answer you. And you know, almost every government comes up with new ministries, you know. So you never know what other ministries are out there that might be applicable. Thank you for asking, 77. We have 3 members online. Please spread the link to your contacts. Invite guys on Facebook, and let's see whether we can have more people come in. Over last weekend, I've had people making comments about me on Jersey Politics Jersey Facebook. Is it Jersey Politics or Politics Jersey? What is it? Mary? Politics Jersey. Yeah, so I wish those people could come here and then repeat their issues against me, and maybe I could help clarify. Um, Thoughts on, so 77 is asking my thoughts on Value Jersey. Should they be a registered political party? I think that's a good question, a fair question. But what I would say is that it's down to the leadership of Value Jersey to to decide what they want to do. Whether they want to turn Value Jersey into a political entity, or they just want a kind of, they want to maintain Value Jersey as it is. I don't know whether there is a problem exactly with how they are right now, but the public seems to be not happy with so many things in how they are set up. Sometimes I would wish the Value Jersey leadership could organize like meetings and invite people to explain their position better. I don't know whether that's anything they have ever done before, but they besides some of the points they raise are actually not much different from what all the candidates are saying. If you read their handset, their booklet, they propose ideas and solutions that meant to better the island, according to them. So I don't see a big problem in how they make their messages, but I guess one of the problems that I can say is maybe there's something that seems to be not transparent in how they are doing their work, and they are the only ones who can clarify this. But the other thing I see is, I think there is also there's also the issue to do with Reform Jersey having fights with Value Jersey, and somehow Value Jersey is coming out worse in the community because Reform Jersey is a registered party. But I would love to question what is wrong with Value Jersey projecting themselves as a political movement, but not a political party. Is there any laws they are breaking? Does anyone, do you have anything to say, 77, about that? You know, so I actually do not know why Value Jersey seems to get a bad rap from the island. Except for what I see online. Only one person online. The highest number so far has been 7 people. It's a quiet house right now. Only one person in the house with me. Only one person online. We have clocked 40 minutes and we have 50 minutes to go. Ah. I is that you still on or is that Andy? Who is online? Or has it been Andy all along asking me questions on 77? So I have only had 3 people. Actually, if I take a stock of, right now I have nobody at all now. It's just me by myself. Yeah. Where would I put Aldi and Lidl in Jersey? Um, at Precinct in St. Bernard's, Lidl near me. While I was in the UK, I enjoyed Lidl. I love their setting, how how they have different items every week, and the settings, and then of course their prices as well. And Aldi, I like them for their tech selections of gadgets. So I think Aldi will fit best in St. Helier. Oh, for the purposes of making the island a bit connected, it would be good to maybe put them somewhere, maybe not far from Gori. I wonder what this question. Do you know? Sometimes I just think, just because these supermarkets are cheap in the UK, I wonder how that could actually be for us the same, because I doubt they would buy things at the same price they sell them in the UK, you know. But why not try? I think it's good to try. I'll go with I've had two candidates, actually three, two senators and one deputy candidate, Raimondo. Yeah, I've had Raimondo propose they would pursue cheap supermarkets to come to Jersey. I'm not against the idea, but it wouldn't be top on my list. Yeah. For me, the issue of cost of living is an issue that should be solved through cutting down red tapes. Red tapes need to be revised. It's just too much. I went to the farmers fair for candidates to appreciate what they offer, and they had an A4 size page full of red tapes. Actually, was it even 2 pages? Bonkers, man. It's like, how can you, and you want farming to, would like to revive farming in the on the island? Will this even be possible? With, if we're going the way, at the rate we are going, it's just difficult. I live in St. Bralard, so if the senatorial positions were not returned, I was going to come through the deputy position. Yeah. But I think the island-wide mandate appeals more to me than a district mandate. And one reason being that I have a strong passion for supporting minority groups, and the minority groups are all over the island. Okay, they're all over the island. So it's crucial that I put myself at that position where I can have access to minority group across the island. Because if I was just deputy in a particular district and I'm talking about minority groups, it would maybe look like I just have to focus on my district. So I find it quite interesting and more appealing to me to go for the island-wide mandate. Thank you, 77, for all your questions. I hope I am responding to them appropriately. It's a quiet house. I have the numbers rising again. 3 people on. Please ask me any question. I'm here. You can share the links. Let people come in. I'm going to be doing this again on Thursday and Friday. Maybe a little earlier, so that we can, hopefully people will be more active then. But I thought 8:30 wasn't bad. So maybe next time we shall try 7:30, an hour earlier. You're welcome to ask me any questions. I am here for the next 40 minutes to go. It's a quiet house. Feel free to ask me any questions, and I will be glad to respond. We are down to 2 members again. 77 has dropped in another question. What would you say your strengths and weaknesses are? This is a serious interview, isn't it? 77. I've asked you to share with me your details and you haven't still communicated. I'm still waiting for your WhatsApp. Thank you for the questions. I think I am an open-minded person, open, interactive. I have a strong sense of cooperation, and I am a people person. I love people. I just I find myself so animated when it comes to serving, offering myself to do work for people, and I think I'm selfless. I'm selfless. I care about humanity. Those are all strengths that I have. I would say I would love to see someone doing well, and I'll go an extra mile, even at my own discomfort, to support. Yeah. So in a way, that's a weakness, but also a strength, because I found myself I get myself in a discomfort because I do not want to see someone else in a discomfortable situation. Then that becomes my discomfort. So I know that one about myself, and I guess one weakness I have is I am interested in a lot of things at the same time. Although it also has its weakness, it also has its strength. I have to learn very, very quickly to prioritize myself, and where I don't, I get support from those around me. My wife is keen in helping me there. So I'm not all that perfect, just like any human being. Nobody's perfect. So what other weakness can I share? I'm very impatient with people that cannot see the obvious good in life. That is a weakness for me. I guess the other weakness and a good value is a positive as well, is I am straightforward. Like I speak my mind. That's a weakness because people want PC individuals, people who kind of say what others want to hear. Well, I'm not that, like I'm not that kind. I say what it is, and it's my weakness. Although to me it's a strength, but I think it's a weakness according to other people. Yeah. And I've received a big criticism in how I have been presenting myself across this campaign. And some people have been upset thinking, oh, you're going to lose voters. And this happened over the weekend. Some people telling me they're not going to vote for me because I said certain things. Even though they did not understand the details of what I was saying, that's why I would have loved them to be here. If they can't make it here today, to ask to actually share with me what their frustrations are, they're welcome on the channel live on Thursday. Hopefully, we shall be doing the live streaming from 7:30, and on Friday 7:30, and then and if we find a venue for me to meet people face to face. Yeah. So those are my strengths and weaknesses. A lot of my strengths and weaknesses are intertwined. You know, there might be a strength to me or a weakness to me, and someone might look at them as strengths. And I guess one challenge also I have is time management. I have it in the sense that I told you I'm doing so many things at the same time. So sometimes those things creep up in my attempt to do the next activity. So yeah, but usually I really work so hard to meet my deadlines and catch up with time whenever necessary. Yeah, that is me. Thank you for asking. I can see another person has come online. You're welcome. You can ask any questions. Oh, they've dropped off again. Oh, I've just managed to figure how to see who is online. That's lovely. So I've had 4 people. Yay. But 77 has been the most active. Even Evan Hammond just came to tell me how he's going to vote for me. And that's much appreciated. APV, is that Andy? So, and then George, you are my top fans. You're my 4 top fans. You made my evening today. And I appreciate all of you. Thank you. Thank you for being accessible, Martin. Good luck with the rest of the campaign. Thank you, 77. If you're leaving and it's your time to rest, have a lovely rest. A very good night to you. But you're welcome to stay. I have 30 minutes to go. It's a quiet house. We have 28 minutes to go. Countdown. This reminds me of how small businesses begin with 4 customers, with 4 voters, with 4 clients, and soon it will turn to 4,000 and more. I believe we shall grow. By Friday, we will be big here, and the questions will be bonkers. I can't wait. I'm believing for the best. Yes, three people online now, but still my usual members. No new members have been added yet. 4 members. Hopefully you come back tomorrow on Thursday. This has been a very good learning curve for me. I've never done a live stream, especially on my own. And this is the beginning. Yes. Hopefully I'm elected. I'll be doing live streams now and again. Yeah, I'll be accessible because this is a world of connectivity now. Yeah. We are in the information industrial age. How can we not connect? Although I wouldn't promote virtual life above physical connection whatsoever, especially for our children. I want our kids to go back to basics. Our children should grow. There's too much screening, and too much. We are raising kids that walk on screens. I would like them to walk on ground. They should feel the earth, mix with nature. That's what I want. I want us, the kids, to go back to basics. And we can do this. We can do this. Jazz is such a small place, that we should create the environment where all children, and I mean it, all children should be off screen in their first few years of life. Then they should be introduced to screens. That should be determined by parents and the community. We should agree on this. Surely we can. Otherwise, technology is so strong that we underestimate throwing technology at our kids that early when they are still at their forming stage. I think it's reckless of us parents. It's reckless of us parents subjecting our babies to smartphones and raising our kids on smartphones. I can sing this until the birds return from their hibernation. I guess they are returning now. It's getting warmer. Yes. No more questions. What's going on? We have 2 people in the house. Any questions? I see 2 thumbs up. I don't know whether that also means separate from 2 thumbs up, and the thumbs up continue, whereas I have now 2-0. I have 0 attendance. Interesting. We have had 44 views. I just discovered a setting. So we have had 44 views. How this thing works is amazing, isn't it? You learn everything as it goes. So there are people viewing, but they are not on my chats. So they're just watching and listening, and that's it. That's interesting. So I thought there are only 2 people or 4 people, but only when I clicked on the dashboard, then I've learned something new. So we've had 44 people viewing, maybe leaving, coming and going, and That's interesting. So they're not interested to chat. They're interested to just listen in the background and that's a very interesting dynamic, that majority of the world is silent. Yeah. Majority of the world is watching what's going on. There is only a few of us who wants to be forefront and be involved, get on the firing line, and I guess we are all cut out differently. So I will say thank you to the 44 viewers. I didn't know you were there. I just learned through clicking about. I did click something here, a pop out dash. Yeah. Oh, 45 viewers, and now it becomes 45 views rather. So thank you. And then one concurrent viewers. So I don't know what this is, but I'll learn. I'm a novice. I've just come in today. It's the first day I am streaming as a senatorial candidate. Yes, I'm very, very happy of this. And I'm learning. There's so much to learn. Yes, there is so much to learn. According to the pop-out dashboard, one concurrent viewer is now gone back to 0. Then the chat rate is 0. And then views, 45 views. Thank you. Whoever you are, I thank you for viewing. 45 people in Jersey have viewed. I don't know whether that means 45 people even. Could be maybe 10 people only have been viewing me and it's all added up to 45. I don't know. But my YouTube studio analysis, or rather statistics. Yeah, I'm learning. I love to learn. That's another strength about me. I love to learn. Learning. I don't just love to learn. I enjoy learning. Yes. Yay. We now have just under 16 minutes to go. I have been running this since 8:30, and we will be closing exactly at 10. For all those that viewed and those that asked me questions, the few people that came by, I had the first person who actually made the most of my availability today is called 7788. And the other person that interacted with me and asked me a few questions is George 1010. And then I had another party at Evan Hammond, H2E, who brought me his announcement that he met me at the candidates fair and he is going to vote for me. I appreciate that. Evan, thank you very much for this beautiful announcement. I receive. Yes. And then there has been also a silent party among the top 4. There's APVs or AP visuals. I think that's Andy. Oh, thank you, Andy. I think let's have a look. How many pop-outs have we? Oh, we are now up to 46 views. Thank you. Will we make 50 by the time I finish in 14 minutes? Let's wait and see. That would be a good record. Okay. Is that water boiling? Hey. This is a beautiful experience I've had today. And I look forward to catching up with everybody and many more on Thursday, 7:30. Yes. Thank you all that have managed to view me. Thank you all, the 4 consistent members that have chatted with me. Thank you. We are up to 47 views. I still don't understand what it means, 47 views. Whether it means 47 people are viewing me from the background without chatting. I am yet to understand what that means in studio YouTube or YouTube studio terminologies. Nevertheless, I have had a great time. I've had a good time. My first ever live stream. As they say, there's always the first for everything. There is a first for everything. And today was my first, with a record of 4 people on my top fund, on my top charts. 4, say 25 XP. I don't know what that even means. Is that something to do with the camera lens? Or XP, 25 XP. Yeah, I'm trying to be observant. 9 minutes to go. If you are viewing and you want to say something, you want to ask a question, Come in the chat room. Come in the chat room. There's room to talk, room rather to chat with me. I'm here. I'm available. I've been here since 8:30. And we're going all the way to 10 p.m. So you're welcome. What's our view pop-out dashboard looking like? We're still on 47. Yes, we're still on 47. Only 3 to make 50. Will we close my first YouTube live stream with 50 views? Let's wait and see. To the grand commercial, 15 years of careless hands and learning what is pure. Father and husband, led by Mary's Jersey heart, I'm standing as a leader now to play a vital part for the families and the children, for the voices in my heart. I'm living out the future that is standing for us all. From the heart, the hands, the spirit. Let the message ring out clear, securing Jazz's future for the ones we hold most dear. I've led 10,000 students and I've listened to the weak. I represent the silent ones who find it hard to speak. The hate that lingers in the dark must find no place to stay. I'll bring respect and empathy to light a better way. Houses are a heavy load and costs begin to rise. We'll find the clever answers right before our very eyes. Rise come responsibility to keep our island strong, ensuring that our younger ones feel truly they belong. We'll heal the mind and body with the path that bright and new, and teach our kids with practical skills to see their dreams through. Their skills and software focus on what the spirit needs. But for Martin Aliga, sowing better seeds for the families and the children, for the voices in my heart. I'm building up a future that is standing for us all. From the heart, the hands, the spirit. Let the message ring out clear, securing Jazzy's future for the ones we hold most dear. On Sunday, 7th of June, 8 p.m. for the Martin Aliga. Yay! Vote Martin Aliga! Yeah, that's an interlude we need to promote seriously within in the next live stream. We'll be having a brief interlude maybe after every 30 minutes. When there are no questions, we'll be having interlude. Yeah. We have 4 minutes to go. Ooh. Our views stands at 47 views. You didn't notice our camera lady that our camera is down. It's having no power on. Can you check whether it's still on? It seems it's dead. Is it still going on? There was a light here, but it's not there anymore. That's why I'm thinking it's dead. It's running, yeah? All right. We are coming to the end of our first live stream, our first YouTube live stream. And we have been on for 1 hour, 30 minutes. And it's just about 10 seconds for it to end. And I just want to say thank you to everyone that has been here, passed through the views. We are now up to still 47. So thank you all very much for those that have attended. We'll make a production of this, summarize. We shall summarize this. I can see someone has come in again. As just before I go, I think it's somebody who's already been in the chats, just checking whether we have left or not. Yeah, so I will be closing this now and looking to 48 views. I'm seeing, it seems every time someone comes in, and goes out, the views increases. So it could just be among the four people that have been coming in and out. But I'll understand what that is, what it means exactly. What does views on YouTube exactly mean? I'll find out soon. For tonight, good night to everyone that was here. Good night to those that viewed, in case you viewed and were not part of the chat. And I'll be online again on Thursday, the 4th, 7:30 p.m. and on Friday, the 5th at 7:30 p.m. Hopefully by then we shall have more views, or rather many more people to attend. Good night. Bye. It was me, Martin Aliga, your senatorial candidate. God bless. God bless Jersey. God bless everybody.